temporarily. Once again, flying solo. Folks, welcome back. If you're just signing on, if you just want to know what's going on, I'm getting a little weary and tired. This is Tony Robles, Predator Pro-Am Tour. We're live at Steinway Billiards in Queens, New York, and Astoria. The man up at the table, Zion, getting set to break. We're racing to 7. This is rack 1. Now he can play, and not only can he play, he will play fast. If you turn your head and you're missing 3 games, don't say I didn't warn you. He's got a shot on the 1 ball. You're going to watch. He's got a beautiful stroke. He's got almost pinpoint accuracy on his feel. So right where you see he's going to point his cue stick is probably right where that cue ball is going to wind up or within that vicinity. I'm going to stay in the booth until these other commentators, the guest commentators, come on board. I have to take a break. Keep in mind, the winner of this match will play the mighty Earl Strickland right here. Earl Strickland just coming out of a match defeating Frankie Hernandez, earning his spot at the winner of this match. Watch the accuracy of Zion. He elected to go to the short side of the 2. That is a kind of funny shot. He's calling the 3 ball into the corner pocket. Really no option. Why he went that way, I don't know. It's either he misstroked the ball and didn't catch enough of the rail. Playing the 3 ball, coming right at us. Whoa, we're out of focus. How about that? Upstate gets the shot. Oh, God, the cameraman's on scene. Zion made the 3 ball. He's got a shot on the 2. Way up table. Go forward without hitting the 9. Spin out 1, 2, 3 rails and go back up table for the 5. That's what it looks like he's doing. He's got to escape the 9 and the 10 here if he's going to play it that way. The 9. That's not good. Once you start bumping into balls, I'll tell you what, you can get yourself in trouble. You can hear Zion, we call him the Z-Man, he called safe. 2 ball way back down table. He's going to try to keep the 5 around the 6-9, but the cue ball is the most important right now. As you clearly see, he did get back there. Right. We got Mr. Jared Clowery in the booth, awaiting Allison Fisher when she gets a chance. Welcome aboard, Jared.
Thanks, Al. Thanks a lot. Apologies, everybody. I've only been hitting balls for about 6 days now since the last time I was on here. So anybody who watched me play in that first match, next time I promise I'll give you a better showing. Besides that, I think Jeremy's... he's been on the loser's side for a few matches here, so I think he's going to get going.
How about this? The winner of this match plays the mighty Earl Strickland after this, too.
Oh, what a match it's going to be. Now, this guy here, Al, you're going to have to update me. He's a New York player?
Yes, Zion Z. This is his name right here on the scoreboard. Out of Israel. Plays real sharp. He's now a New Yorker. He loves New York City. He does go back to Israel and visit family. Really nice guy. He works. He's a working man.
Yep.
But a sharp pool player. A real sharp pool player.
He came through Rhode Island, I think. They told me about him. He came through, played a couple guys, and I heard he plays real good. I watched him play Mike DeShane earlier to warm up, and I was impressed.
Now, he also came in second place at Rack's pool room out in Hempstead, Long Island. A big shout out to Holden Chin, the owner there, where Zion did come in second place.
Now, how's Holden doing? I love him.
Oh, Holden's a great supporter of pool. He's doing okay. I hope he does a lot better. I hope everybody in the pool industry really does good. You know, we need everybody around. We need all the rooms around. So we're always looking to see Holden. I mean, he's fun.
Absolutely, great guy. You know, when I was playing pool younger, Holden took care of me a few times. You know,
yeah, well,
kept me on the road, so to say.
Yeah, Holden is that way. Yeah,
yeah, he kept me on the road. And, you know, he's from New York and I'm from Boston, and he had no problems helping me out. And Jeremy's a little off angle here. I can't really see the angle too good, but I like going into the 9 here. But it looks like he's going to try to get it around 3 rails. Perfect.
If you were not tuned into the last match, Jeremy Sossei defeated Jonathan Smith by a score of 7-1. Now you're watching the Giant Killer, Jeremy Sossei, facing off against what we call, for short, the Z-Man.
A bit of a giant killer himself, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, he can come with it, absolutely. Let's take a look straight down.
You know, and at some point, Al, you know, you become not a giant killer and you're just a giant.
Well, you know, he's only 5'6", 5'7", and he weighs 60 pounds when he's soaking wet. He's got a way to go yet.
Yeah.
But, you know, he can crack him like a giant. That's without a doubt when he smashes the pack. He's actually got paint, and he can cut this in.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
Beautiful. Stayed down on it all the way.
Yeah, nice shot. I'm telling you, I can just feel it in here playing in this tournament today, and Jeremy's on the loser's side. I can feel it today. He's, you know, he wants to win.
Yeah, Jeremy, definitely a lot of times in the top playing as far as cashing. And once again, he's in this position, you know. He's come a long way from years ago, you know. Ginky was his idol, you know. He studied the gangster and tried to mimic him in many ways, and that break shows it. I don't know if I do know for a fact that Ginky did show him his break shot. You know, Ginky used to have that kick. Remember that kick?
You want a quick Ginky story? Jeremy told me earlier.
His anniversary was yesterday. 3
I know.
years. Yeah,
I know.
Go ahead. That's the gangster table. Hit us with it.
Jeremy told me earlier when I come in, he said, let me tell you something, Jared. Ginky told me earlier when I was a young player, when you play a good player, a champion, now this is hard to do, but this is a bit of an inside look of how Ginky's mentality worked. He said, when you play a good player, your first time you're ever going to play a Warren Kiamko or a Santos Sambahana, one of these type of good players, you have to make sure that you beat him. And not lose the match, beat him, because you are going to show him by beating him that first time you play him that for the rest of his life he's going to have a hard time with you. And this is the type of advice Ginky would give young up-and-coming players.
Set of precedents, absolutely.
And it put a little chills up my spine. I love Ginky talk.
Well, that's the type of confidence, and that's the right way to tell somebody how to play pool with 110% in it. You know what I mean? Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy.
There we go.
Wow. See, he smashes the pack. Now, it's not because he's a big guy.
I got a bad kick there.
He sure did.
You're with me for a little bit here. When we get a chance after Zion shoots, maybe I have a Ginky story too.
You can go
and
right
I talked about it at the Pool Hall of Fame. When I was a young player, I'm always coming from Boston and these New York guys, and it's always kind of a battle. And New York always had better players than Boston. I mean, let's be honest. If you go through it, New York just always had a better caliber player. And I went clean one time in one. I think it was Spin City, Al.
Oh, that's the room we were talking about yesterday, upstairs.
Yeah, I went clean there, and I was just young, 15, 16 years old, and I think Ginky had won the tournament or whatever, and he knew me a little bit from action and whatnot, and he seen me, and I'm just waiting for the guys I was with to leave because I got no money and I can't be in action. And the gangster, he gave me $100 bill, and he gave me a little bit of advice on how to keep playing and don't give up, and he thought I had talent. And it's these type of things that move you on in life. From that tournament that day, this was Ginky. When he said that to me, that was like, wow, oh, my God, George Sansucci. And he gave me a $100 bill. This was huge. I'm 15 years old. It was like $1,000.
Right.
And he didn't want no money back or anything like that. He just gave me $100.
Yeah, he was a good soul. Believe me.
He really was, and he said the right thing to me, and it kept me playing for years and years, that type of advice, and we became friends.
I just want to give everybody up there on the stream an update. One of our moderators, too slow for me. Oh, we're not down. Looks like our scoreboard is having a little bit of a problem over here. So what we're going to do is take that off the board. It's 1-0. Jeremy Sossei set to try the 8-ball. Once again, too slow for me. We'll be streaming tomorrow at about 7 o'clock in the evening. He's going to put his link in the chat. Watch the cue ball get away towards that side pocket.
Good God.
Things like this happen. He let the cue ball go. As you watch Zion come to the table with the ball in hand.
Well, as much as I feel like Jeremy might get going, you know what? We might have a good battle, too, because this Zion, he plays real good, man.
Sure does. Absolutely.
And for you guys out there that are listening and have never seen Al do this, he's got quite the setup.
Here you go.
The technology's beautiful.
We're tied at 1 apiece. 1 apiece here at the Predator Pro-Am Tour at Steinway Billiards.
Anybody listening from the Boston area, feel free to chat or send a shout out. Somebody out there's name's Jared.
Richie Run Rack said hi to you.
Oh, Richie Run Racks, how you doing?
Just if you don't know Mr. Jared Clowery, just go to Google and punch that name in.
There's plenty on me, Al. Not just Bull.
I believe I got Jared's name spelled right. Am I right, Jared?
Yeah, absolutely. J-R-O-D, Gerard, actually. Nobody calls me Gerard except for my mother when she's mad.
Okay. Jared was one of the, and I bring it up, and Jared probably doesn't want to talk about it too much or too often, but I got to mention it because Jared Clowery was one of the victims of the Boston Marathon bombing, and I think every one of his friends that were with him lost a limb. And I met a couple of them. I had the opportunity to meet a couple of them up in Providence. Jared got very fortunate as he seen the crowd rushing down from the first bomb that went off. He told all his friends, "We got to get in the street. They're going to trample over us." And as he jumped on top of the barrier that holds the fans into the sidewalk watching the marathon, as he just jumped on top of it, that split second when the bomb went off behind him. When he got shrapnel and nails and blood coming out of his legs and everything like that when he was there. So anyway, folks, that's Jared Clowery sitting in the booth. We're glad to have him back.
Thanks, Al. And let me tell you something. Don't ask me why I don't buy scratchies no more.
Scratch-offs?
I hit all mine right at that split second.
You're right.
Really.
Yeah,
and me and my friends were truly blessed. And to be honest with you, for years I was working. I got away from pool a little bit. And, it's guys like you and what you guys are doing. I missed you, man. And thank you very much.
Hey.
All you listeners, thank you very much for everything you've done.
Become a friend of Jared. Request his friendship. He's got a lot of great things coming up. He's got plenty of opportunities that are laid on the table in front of him, and he's not one to take advantage of them. He's got a lot of
We're going to help kids out. We're going to do anti-bullying.
Anti-bullying campaigns. He's got professional pool players. He's got tournaments that he's going to produce and put out there. So we're looking forward to seeing a lot more of Jared. We're glad to have him and all his buddies, and God bless everybody that survived and everybody that perished. We wish their families a recovery and some kind of peace of mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Al.
There you go. And then you got Scotty. You know Scotty from up in
Who's that? Scotty Gonzalez?
Yeah,
Scotty, how you doing, buddy? Thank you very much. There's a guy that's done a lot.
You know Tony Barbosa, right?
Yes, I do.
There's
Tony, how you doing? It's been a long time. I hope you're still playing pool, buddy. Tony Barbosa was tough action. You know, when I was a young guy coming up, I think there was a long run where I couldn't beat Tony Barbosa.
Well,
and I hope everything's going good in his life.
Well, you know what? We
played like a gentleman.
We got off the action a little bit. Sorry about that, but, you know, we're right back in it. Jared's one that's a multitasker. He can look at the chat and chat away, and I can be on the stream and chat the match. Jeremy Sossei facing the 3-ball. We're here at Steinway. Everybody's healthy and everybody's fine. Big shout out to Larry Ross and the crew. Anna, Manny, George, everybody here at Steinway holding this great event. We're loving it, just to let you know. Is Jared on Facebook? Yes, he is.
Yeah, anybody can come on Facebook. I got a foundation, Heroes Hearts. Not to get away from Jeremy too much. He's
just in case you didn't understand that, because he has that Boston pocket car. It's called Hero Hearts.
Heroes Hearts.
Heroes Hearts.
Heroes. Thanks, Al.
There you go.
I do when I start talking fast, especially if I swear a little bit.
Yeah, no.
You know, we were barking back and forth when I was younger. You know, people would laugh and laugh and laugh and, you know, get out of here. And nice shot. That's Heroes Hearts, and we have our launch April 1st at Jillian's in Boston, 6 to closing, I believe. Partners tournament, you can win $2,000, plenty of other prizes, and it's all for charity, all for good, you know, goodwill, and you can come out of there with some good gifts and good prizes, really. I know Al will be there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know what? Just keep me up in. I asked one of your production managers to keep me in the loop and send me some emails, and I know I got to call him back. Something happened with some kind of misinformation. I guess maybe they jotted it down wrong.
Well, we're going to make that happen, Al. I don't forget where I come from, number one, and number two, what you guys are doing here is just unbelievable.
Yeah,
all the years I played pool, I think only the last few tournaments I played in, you guys were doing this.
Right.
You know, about 8 years ago, right? When did you start doing this?
We've been doing this now. I've been supporting live stream and everything and all kind of pool. Oh, God.
Well, I know.
But years. But as far as live streams,
about 7, 8 years, right?
Probably about 7 years.
You got about 2 tournaments that I was still, like, you know, competing and stuff, and I remember, shooting the crap with you.
There used to be
nice shot by Zion.
One streamer that we used to support that we do no longer support due to certain circumstances, and, you know, that's something that I don't like to talk about because that was a very bad experience. But anyway, we do support the majority of the streams as we watch the Z-Man get on this 8.
Yeah, he's firing. He's firing. I mean, these guys are on the loser's side, in case anybody's watching. These guys are on the loser's side, and they're trying to get loose. So they're firing these balls. This is the kind of pool I like. Huh?
He got, and he was on the rail.
A little too fast.
And he got funny on the 9. He tried to cheat the side pocket to the inside part of it and wound up hitting the tip of the side pocket. Thus far, the 9 ball spitting right back out.
Jeremy's going to let him shoot it again.
Of course, you got to. Why take the chance? Now, if you're a Zion, do you just go up there and take a good swing at it and bank it? Well, that's what he wants to do, and he hit the point once again on those side pockets. Funny, I'm telling you, I can't repeat myself enough. Anytime you get near those side pockets, it's funny. It looks like those tips of those side pockets start to grow. So
That's funny you say that because I've been playing for about a week now. Like I said when I first came in here, and part of my problem right away is the side pockets, and this pool room doesn't make it easy. These are good tables here, folks. By the way, Steinway Billiards in New York.
Commercial tables made for the general public. As the Z-Man says, go ahead, Jeremy, you got it. As the cue ball was coming into position for a perfect 10 ball, Jeremy Sossei now goes up by a score of 2-1. Don't forget, we're racing to 7. And don't forget, the winner of this match will be playing Earl Strickland. Every match in this tournament, Jared, from now on, is going to be played right here on the live stream.
I love it. I love it, Al.
Yeah.
Now listen, when are we gonna get 2 live stream tables?
Oh, we could do.
I'm gonna call you out a little bit. I'm gonna put the heat on you.
Oh, don't put the heat on me because I love the heat. Just makes me want to explode. We can do 2 right away. We can do 2 today. We got the roving cams.
People, you don't understand out there who hasn't seen Al and how he's set up.
This.
I think we can control the universe from here, and I really believe it. This is an awesome thing here.
Jeremy Sossei set the break. He leads this match right now 2-1. In game 4. We're racing to 7. We're awaiting Allison Fisher, who is...
I just want to give a shout out to my Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, who was there for me in the hospital, him and his lovely girlfriend, they come in and see me a lot in the hospital, and he give me a shout out. He watches pool. He's a fan of pool, and he seen me play and get beat today. He said, geez, how was that guy you played? Oh, yeah, he's only Tony Robles.
Yeah, that's all.
He's never won anything. And
Tony Robles is a professional pool player, a great straight pool player, all-around player. If you look up TonyRobles.com and look up his achievements, make sure that you prepare yourself to sit for about 10 or 15 minutes. Tony Robles, when you open up his webpage and his achievements are like an encyclopedia. So Jared didn't lose to just nobody. He lost to somebody, trust me.
But thanks, Unc, for watching all day and supporting the game. I know you can't play a little bit, but I love you.
There you go, Uncle Steve. Shout out from your nephew, Jared Clowery. He's sitting in the booth. We're live. Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York. You know, Jeremy, he's got an opportunity here. This looks like a general run out. Everything's in a wide open. I'm looking for Jeremy Sossei to go up here. You know, he's leading right now 2-1. He gets out here and he takes a lead of 3-1. You know, Jeremy Sossei sitting in the driver's seat. I'm going to step out of the booth myself, and Allison Fisher is going to come in so I can have a little bit of a break. Thank you to everybody out in the stream. Thank you to everybody that's promoting live stream, whether it be this one or any live streaming of pool. We appreciate it. Mr. Lomax, we'll get right back to you.
Well, bye, Al. Thank you very much. And now we're going to have Allison Fisher come in here, who knows how to operate the command center, so to speak, because I have no clue. All right, here she is. Allison, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks a lot, Jared.
Let me apologize in front of everybody listening for not remembering. Me and Allison met a couple years ago with New York City Grind, and they did a little coverage on me, and then it's been a couple years, and everybody knows what happened to me with the bombing and stuff. And
right.
She seen me today and come right up to me, and I totally forgot who she was, and I apologize, and I'm very sorry.
No apologies needed, Jared. It's great to have you here in New York for this event, and we really appreciate you making it out. And of course, we'll see you again next week at the Super Billiards Expo.
Absolutely, I can bug you full time. What's
yeah.
that, 4 days?
Yeah, 4 days straight.
Awesome.
So I will get the score updated for us here. Jeremy now leads 3-1 over Zion's V. And Zion recently had a return to the game. He took a little break, and he's back to playing regularly here at Steinway Billiards.
Player I don't know too well. When I stopped playing pool, he wasn't involved in the game at all. Mm-hmm. But I heard he come through Boston and Rhode Island a little bit. Gave all our players up there a tough time. And I've watched him today. He played Mike DeShane earlier to warm up, and then all day. And let me tell you, very tough character. He knows the game good.
He really does, and he came up with a snooker background in Israel, in Tel Aviv, where he's from. And I got the chance to watch him play a set against Jerry a few hours ago. And I don't know if we had told this story before, but Zion made 6 balls on the break, including the 10 ball, and then ran out the rack. And I think he ran a total of 4 racks in that match. Ran a 3-pack. So Zion definitely has some firepower to contend with. So let's see if he has what it takes to stand up to Jeremy Sossei.
There's no pushover.
No pushover.
Now you've talked about Zion. Let me talk about Jeremy. When I was playing my very best and I was competing, Jeremy was young, you know, and he would be around at all the tournaments, and he'd always be asking good players. Ginky was his mentor, and he asked me a bunch of questions about pool. You know, Jared, how do you deal with it? How do you deal when you play a Filipino and you play this guy? And very smart player, Jeremy Sossei. Very smart.
Very, very smart.
I favor him a little bit. He's from Connecticut, and you know I like him, and I favor him a little bit. So.
And he's a gentleman.
Oh, definitely
yes.
A gentleman player. Never a problem with Jeremy. And, you know, in this game, you know, that can always be a problem. So
it can at times, but Jeremy is a true professional, as is Zion. So let's take a look at the table. He doesn't have any real good options, I don't think, aside from playing safe with this 3-ball. He can play the cue ball to 2 rails and put it behind the 5. It looks like that's what he's going to do.
Nice
oh, he
shot.
snuck it right under the 9 ball, even better. For those wondering, we have Jeremy Sossei at the table currently versus Zion's V, leading 3-1. And we now currently have 564 players watching, no doubt worldwide. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate the support of everyone out on the internet, wherever you may be.
That's awesome.
Let's see how this kick works out for Jeremy. Well,
honestly, I think that was
ball.
the only way to go.
Yeah.
You know, it was almost a shot you couldn't really hit. So, you know, use your brains a little bit, try to move a ball into position. Obviously, left it open for Zion, but best he could do in that situation, I think.
Did he leave it open? It's hard to tell if it goes past the 7 ball.
He might not have a pocket here. You might be right, Al.
Well, the side pocket here is what he's setting up.
And he can get it by the 10, I see.
Yeah. Well, this will be a big game if Zion can put it to 3-2. Doesn't want to let Jeremy get too big of a lead here. Oh, miscue.
Oh, my God, miscue. He's trying to hold it, hit the 7.
Oh.
Allison, let me ask you a question. You're a good pool player, aren't you?
I'm reasonably good.
So I've heard. I've been playing for a long time. Pool's got to be one of the hottest sports to commentate on.
It is very difficult to commentate,
really
I
is.
think.
We have a different vantage point than the player, and you know as a player it's a different vantage point.
Right.
So to commentate on what Jeremy's going to do or what Zion's going to do is very hard. So when we make mistakes commentating or Al makes mistakes commentating, take it easy on them, people, because it's hard from this point of view. And I've played all day, so you know, I can kind of put myself there and project myself there. It's just hard with the camera angles and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see out in the chat we have Gail Robles. Hey there, Gail. One of one of the people behind the scenes running the Predator Pro-Am Tour and the NAPL, National Amateur Pool League.
Mr. Billiard there.
Well, this has not turned out to be a very straightforward rack here for these guys. Doesn't have a lot to work with here. I think he's going to have to play safe.
You know, a lot of times these guys make, some mistakes back and forth, but at this caliber, they can regroup at any time. And I'm looking for one of these guys to regroup and play a jam up safe and take control of this rack.
Nicely done. That's
Nice
the
shot.
option that I like the best. We left him with a relatively easy kick. I think he called safe here, though. Oh, he didn't hit it.
Phil from Columbia, Maryland, I believe here. Nice. Thanks for listening in. Cosmo, let me tell you, Jeremy's very thin. He's been a skinny kid since he was young. I've known Jeremy since he was 10 years old, and he's always been thin. Aloha from Hawaii. Now everybody's chiming in once I gave that shout out. Hawaii's listening in. That's awesome. You know who's here too is New York City Grind, Jerry Tarantola. Checked on me while I was in the hospital for 30 days, and I appreciate it. I don't forget everybody that checked in on me in the hospital and everything that happened to me and my friends up in Boston. I got a lot of support, a lot of love from people. Me and Jerry Tarantola from New York have history. We were 13, 14, gambling, battling, and it was just awesome. And when he checked on me in the hospital, it just, let me tell you something, it made me feel real good. You know, you don't see people for years and years, but they don't forget you. You have these experiences in life. Jeremy looks like he's got a pretty easy cleanup here, Allison.
Yeah, this should be lights out for this rack. And it would put Jeremy up at a pretty strong lead of 4-1. Give a shout out to Jared Arosamena out in Maryland. Jared is a pool enthusiast as well as a top-notch jazz saxophone player who's coming to Steinway on Tuesday for a 4-hour lesson with Earl.
Really?
Working
4
with Earl.
hours with Earl, huh?
Yes, 4 hours with Earl.
I had many battles with Earl. I had a nice stretch when I was playing really well, and I beat him 4 out of 5 times. And I think total might have took 4 hours. I'm not sure if a 4-hour lesson with Earl I could personally handle. But anybody who's never met Earl Strickland and just watched him play is a fan of him, everybody listening, Earl Strickland's a really nice guy.
Absolutely.
Fierce competitor. And if you're going to play in a tournament with Earl Strickland in it, you better be prepared to focus.
And this is, I believe, Jared's second lesson with Earl coming here to New York. So he's back for more Earl, and we welcome him to Steinway on Tuesday.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. On another note, I could definitely spend 4 hours in Steinway Billiards. I've been here for about 10 already.
It's very easy to spend multiple hours here. And we'll get the score updated for you guys. It's now 4-1 with Jeremy in the lead against Zion's V.
You really know how to operate all this equipment, huh, Allison?
I do. I'm Allison Fisher of nycgrind.com, joined by Jared Clowery, Boston-based pool player.
Well, he's actually trying to kick that in. He probably didn't miss it by much as it looked. You know, he missed the whole ball, but it was probably only about a quarter inch.
Jared, it looks like there's someone in the chat there talking to you. I'll pull up their message. He says, "Hi, Jared. You remember Gallery Billiards in Newburgh, New York? We played a bit. Room owner 1, Dave Pinkston."
Yeah, Dave, how you been? How you been? I think Earl Herring played up there. And if Earl Herring's listening, how you doing, Earl? And Dave, how are you? I hope everything's going good up there.
All right, well, we've got Jeremy back at the table here. So the 6-ball, we don't have a real good.
Well, I'm going to look away from the cameras. I'm gonna make a guess that the 6-ball goes if you have perfect position on it. The 6-ball will go in the side pocket. That is.
It will go on the side.
If you have perfect position
Right.
on it.
And he's got
You
the
also have
5-ball in the right position to get on that ball pretty easily.
Absolutely.
Oh, not if you don't make the 4-ball. That might cause an issue. But he got fortunate here.
You know, both these guys are not playing their best. They're on the loser's side. They miss a ball, they go right back to their seats. No complaining, no whining. I love these guys' composure.
Okay, and we're going to switch over and give you a view here of Earl Strickland warming up on the side table.
There he is, got all the weights on his arms.
Yeah, and
Taped up, ready to go.
Earl will be playing the winner of this match in the quarterfinal. So we can look forward to seeing Earl coming up after this.
I watched a bit of Earl's last match, Allison. He played Frankie. Frankie Hernandez. I'm sure everybody out there knows Frankie Hernandez. Been a good pro player for a long time. And I think it was about 3-3, and Earl took control. And I seen a little bit of the old Earl, and we all know when Earl gets going, forget about it. He plays really good. So the last 4 or 5 racks I watched with Earl, he's playing really well. We might be in for a show on the next match.
We absolutely very well may. There's a great crowd of people here. I will tell you what, it just seems like more people have been rotating in and out. We have players who've come over from the Sandcastle Billiards New Jersey State 10-ball championships. We have,
Is
let's
that
see
open
here.
division? Or?
It's an open event, and it was won by Darren Appleton. And Adam Keeler came in runner-up, and Adam is now here at Steinway. We also have Mike DeLauder here in the house.
Good player.
Absolutely. So I'm sure they're gearing up to head over to Edison later this week for the Super Billiards Expo.
Going to be a good event next week, 4 days long.
Yeah, it's it should be very exciting.
You shut your eyes a little bit. I know you got a lot of work to do. You're going to be there the whole time.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'll have a lot of work to do, and I'll be playing in the women's amateur tournament.
Well, good luck. Hopefully I get to watch you. I'll bring my pom-poms.
Yeah, please do.
I'm a
please
good
do.
cheerleader, Allison. Believe that.
Good.
Because the last few tournaments I've played in, I don't know how good I'm really playing. So
I always appreciate having people come and support and sweat my matches, so you're more than welcome. Well, he did not end up where he wanted to on this
But now
ball.
here's a shot here. You ended up in a bad spot, but it's still wide open. You got 2 pockets for it.
Yeah.
And when you're playing at this level, bear down, make this ball. You know, it makes a bit of a statement here.
Yeah, Zion should have really no issue
Nice
making this
shot.
ball.
Fired
Very
it
nicely
right in.
done.
Sorry to
Okay.
talk over you.
Not a problem. Well, he's staying alive here. Zion goes 2-4 against Jeremy Sossei. And Zion plays out of Steinway Billiards here. He's from Tel Aviv, Israel, known as one of the top players from Israel. and he now calls Astoria, New York home, and he lives relatively close here to the pool room as well. So he's a regular fixture here at Steinway, working time, playing pool part-time.
I heard that, and to play at this level, that's hard to do because, you know, when I started working a full-time job, I kind of let pool go because it was just too hard. I didn't have the energy. So to hear about a guy like this, Zion, he plays a high-level pool and works a full-time job, very hard to do.
Yeah, he took a little break from playing seriously for a while he was getting into this new career path. So he took a little break, and now seems refreshed and excited to be playing again.
Sometimes that's what it takes. I actually had dinner with Jeremy Sossei tonight, and he's been not in a slump, so to say, but, you know, he hasn't really taken a break. He hits every single tournament. Jeremy Sossei's always there. He's always in the money. He's always battling with these guys. And he said he's kind of, you know, a little burnt. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a vacation. So we'll, you know, who knows if he'll heed the advice or whatever, but sometimes that's what it takes. You take a little break and you get, you know, reinvigorated, so to say.
For sure. Everybody needs that once in a while, no matter what you do.
Is Jared playing
at the expo? Jared, are you playing at the expo?
How about Billy the Kid stories? All right, I can answer two if nothing crazy happens in this game. So am I playing at the expo? Yes. I'm playing in the warm-up event, the amateur event, and probably the Pro-Am. And then any Billy the Kid stories. Geez, anybody that knows Billy the Kid, Billy Atlanta from Providence, Rhode Island, prodigy, so to say, really good at one pocket. And I have one story, and we're in New York. Allison, do you want to hear a Billy the Kid coming to New York story?
Yes, that would be great.
I got a good one.
Please
now,
do
I don't
tell.
know how accurate I'm going to be, so I don't want to get crucified for this. One time, Billy was coming, I think, every Tuesday and Wednesday, and he was gambling. They were in action. He was coming from Connecticut. You know, everybody that knows Billy the Kid's always an action guy, and he's coming to New York. And he's playing Frankie Hernandez in one pocket. And Billy, if anybody's ever played Billy in one pocket, they know he'll take scratches, he'll do whatever, just for the game not to end. Billy is not the type of one pocket player that gives up easily. So Billy was in this one particular game, and he's taking a lot of scratches. And Billy needs like 10 balls, and Frankie needs 1. And Frankie makes a statement, says, if I lose this game, I'll sell my stick, or something like this. And you know, to really tell the story, we'd need Billy the Kid here. But long story short, people, you know what happened. Billy beats him.
Wow.
Billy beats him, and the last ball, he says something to Frankie like, all right, get ready to sell that stick, or I'll give you $200 for that stick, or some comment like that. And you know, nothing to take away from Frankie, because Frankie's a fierce competitor and a damn good pool player. But, you know, when it comes to one pocket and gambling in the New England area, New York area, you know, Billy the Kid is definitely a legend, so to speak, I'd say. He's done it for a lot of years. So there's a short Billy the Kid story. I got much longer ones. But we're going to get back to Jeremy, who's making short work of this rack and looking like he's warming right up. It's 4-2, Jeremy Sossei. What do you think of that one, Allison?
That was very good. Thanks for sharing the story. Multitasking here.
Oh,
posting to Facebook.
Yeah,
Twitter.
Allison Fisher, people. She's running the mothership over here, so to speak. I get to just talk and watch the pool match and tell stories. She's running the whole show over here. This is not an easy thing to do. 5-2, Jeremy cleans that rack right up.
There we go, 5-2. We are here at the Predator Pro-Am Tour, stop number 6 at Steinway Billiards in Astoria, New York. We'll give a shout out here to AZBilliards.com making it all happen along with NYC Grind. We're doing a co-produced live stream. Great honor for us to be here and presenting this show to you guys around the world. I'm going to give some shout outs to our sponsors, Lomax Custom Cues, NAPL.
NYC Grind, people, let me tell you something about them. They're awesome. Every single event I've ever been to that they've been there, they give me a t-shirt, they give me a patch, a sticker. They've told me about what's going on, where the action is, where the tournaments are. The information is unbelievable. Jerry Tarantola runs it, and he's just a guy. I've known him since we were kids.
Well, thanks a lot, Jared. We appreciate the kind words, and we're just happy to be here doing what we do for the players, for the sport, and being involved is an honor for both of us. So now we've got Jeremy making the 1 ball. Doesn't have any great opportunities with the 2, so I'd like to say he's going to play safe here. Use that cluster of balls, the 7 and the 10. Do you see any other possible options here?
Well, I don't have the good angle like we talked about earlier, but sometimes, you know, when you're playing, you might send the 9 into the, you know, if you cut the 2 into the corner and send the 9 into the 10 to the 3 and you hit it with the right speed, you can come out with a shot.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Jeremy might be doing that. You know, it's a low percentage position shot, but, you know, you focus in, you make the 2, you might get a good shot on the 3.
He's taking his time here and make sure he thinks this out before making a decision. Jeremy is definitely a very deliberate, methodical style player. Doesn't do anything before he's totally sure. Looks like he's going to be cutting the 2 ball. No, went for the save. But
neither one of us
didn't
seen
get
that
there,
one.
no.
Honestly, I liked your first call after I made my statement about making the 2. I thought about it a little bit, Allison. I liked your shot. There's a good shot by Zion.
Well, no, maybe not. I think he left him. It's hard to tell.
Sally in the alley?
No, I don't know. I think maybe he got him.
Do you guys use that here in New York?
Sally in the alley?
We say that a lot in Boston.
I can't say that I've ever been familiar with that phrase.
You know, you
That's
play
cute.
a good save between 2 or 3 balls, and they can see it
They
right
can
between.
see it through in the gap. Sally in the alley.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
Sally in the alley.
Yeah, some people call me Allie, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I was definitely not going. Definitely not going there. I think he has it.
Yeah, I think maybe he can see a bit of it, but it's touchy with the 9 ball there.
How much does the winner get? Not sure about. We don't have anything posted here on how much they're getting, but I think it was 1,000 added, right?
Yeah, 1,000 added to this event, which normally there's 1,000 split 50-50 between the amateur event and the pro event.
Yeah.
But in this case, they decided to not hold the open event from the previous tour stop last weekend because there weren't too many people around to be able to get to participate. So they decided to have double added. So Steinway added the 500 that would have gone to that event onto this event.
In this one?
Into this one.
Oh,
so,
that's awesome.
So there's 1,000 total. For
You should have told me that earlier. I would have played better. You know I'm full of shit. Oh, I can't say that word. It's a 4-letter word. I'm sorry, people.
All right, well, we had an interesting little scenario happen here. Zion has miscued, but ended up.
Winner will be playing Earl the Pearl Strickland.
Yes, the
yes,
winner will be playing Earl. Bob is one of our moderators, helping spread the word and keep people up to date Thank you very much, Bob. So this is a race to 7, and Jeremy is 2 games away from the win, leading 5-2. So Zion really doesn't have a chance to let too much slip by here.
No, he's pretty much at the point where there can be no mistakes made. I mean,
No.
unless Jeremy falls completely dead, which I've never seen him do, really. So, you know, Zion's got to step it up a little bit here and take advantage of any chance he gets. And Jeremy's at the table with, you know, an open rack here. I don't see him really having any trouble, Allison, do you?
No, neither do I.
2 rails down, you know, 4 on the side, 2 rails down to the 6. You know, 7 in the corner, 8 in the side, 9 in the corner, 10 in the corner. Like I said earlier, very hard to commentate from this angle. Now here's the shot I'd like to go. I'd like to go 2 rails and shoot the 6 ball in the left-hand side pocket. And Jeremy, now he's going to shoot the 6 in the bottom corner.
I'll have to draw out to avoid hitting the 9 ball. Come out to the side rail, back to the middle of the table.
Well, you know, when it comes to payouts and pool, we're doing a lot of things. My foundation, I think we talked about a little bit. Have me and you talked about that? It's called Heroes Hearts Foundation.
I don't think we have. I think I remember maybe it's being mentioned on Facebook before.
Well, most of the listeners heard about it between me and Alex. Heroes Hearts Foundation. What happened to me and my friends in the Boston Marathon bombing? We have a foundation to give back to kids and real heroes and do something on the anti-bullying. But what we want to do is we want to incorporate pool players.
That's fantastic.
You know, let's be honest. You know, young kids that are having a tough time, they don't really know Eli Manning and these football players. They know them, but you know, you bring a pool table and you set it up and you have some of these pros do trick shots, and it's more interesting for kids. So we kind of took a new approach with the foundation and things like that, and we have the launch April 1st at Jillian's in Boston, and we're going to try to incorporate pool with a little bit of charity, and you know, I think it's something that really hasn't been done, Allison.
It's a really awesome opportunity for the community to get involved and see some of the players, and for the players to give back and get involved in a special way that will positively impact the lives of young people. So kudos to you and everyone involved in that project.
Absolutely. Now for the launch, which is April 1st at Jillian's in Boston, Jerry actually told me he'd come up there and do a little filming with the New York City Grind. We're going to have local and national media up there. We're going to have Beat the Pro. There's going to be a doubles tournament, which first prize will be $2,000, which has nothing to do with the charity. Come up and get it if you can win it. And there's going to be a lot of pros up there supporting me. I mean, over the years I played, I think Earl's coming, Frank Hernandez coming. There's going to be, let's see, Mike DeShane, Jeremy Sossei, who we're watching right now, and looks like he's going to clean up this rack. So we're going to have a lot of players up there, and if you think you can play, and if you guys are listening, you're anywhere close, come up and play. And no matter what, it's all for a good cause. April 1st at Jillian's in Boston.
Mark your calendars, everybody. Fantastic. That's really great to hear you guys are doing something special.
And 100% of the money goes to charity and helping kids, people, 100%. And if we can get some big corporations to look in, maybe we can get some big pool tournaments running here.
Well, we wish you a lot of luck
Thanks, Allison. 99% of the people on this planet are good people. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
It's that 1%. So I'm focusing on the 99.
I think that's the best possible thing to do. Focus on moving forward, which is what Jeremy Sossei is very likely to be doing. And he might be leaving Zion in the dust.
Yeah, it looks like it's 6-2. This is a race to 7, folks. So he's got a 5-ball out here. That's all wide open.
So Jeremy, once he puts away this final game, will be taking on Earl Strickland, Steinway Billiards House Pro, the man, the myth, the legend. And this will be the quarterfinal match for Jeremy and Earl. And the hot seat is yet to be played. And that match, for those of you just joining us, will be played between Mike Deschênes, and we will have him up against George Rodriguez, local top New York player.
I drove here with Mike, so I'm a little biased. They might not let me commentate on his match. But, you know, everybody out there listening, Mike Deschênes is a great guy.
All right, well, that closes this match up with a 7-2 win for Mr. Jeremy Sossei. He will move on to the quarterfinal to take on Earl the Pearl Strickland here at the Tony Robles Predator Pro-Am Tour at Steinway Billiards in New York City. Thanks everybody for joining us. And we will be returning shortly with Jeremy Sossei versus Earl Strickland.